What's up, y'all? It's your boy Mighty Mouse here, back with another video. So there's a lot of drama in the POE 2 community revolving around real money trading and disingenuous people playing characters that aren't their own, whether they admitted it or not, or clearly people that are level 90 something with cracked gear that have never even interacted with the game before. They don't know how to loot and all that. And I wasn't gonna even comment on any of this, because I like Elon Musk as a person, as far as I can tell. But where I started having a problem with it was when he started bragging about being the #1 Diablo 4 player in the world. And as somebody that competed in the pit ladder and was top 20 in the world in season 4 as a Thorns Barbarian with basically all solo farmed gear. I mean, I had to trade for a few items, but they never ended up tempering and they just bricked anyways. So I took a lot of pride in being like what I'll call a casual blaster, because I have the 9 to 5, I have kids, girlfriend, social life, stuff like, and I do a lot outside of that, including like helping out with people's sobriety or trying to bring motivational content to people in real life, not necessarily over video. But this guy, clearly, he's not a top player in the world. Is it any coincidence that a billionaire who decides to play the game has cracked gear and is all of a sudden in the upper echelon of the player base? Because especially in D4, the items were so expensive for gold, you could never farm enough gold to get them, because people were selling them for only real money, because their worth was worth more than you could actually hold on one singular account anyways. So then as soon as the RMT goes crazy and the duping goes crazy, here comes Elon Musk out of nowhere, like top player in the world. And I don't care what anyone else does. It's, a PvE game, not a big deal. But when you start bragging and boasting about how good you are, that's when I have a problem with it. Especially when you try to push yourself into the pit clear list. And mind you, I had some issues submitting some of my videos because I'm on PlayStation and you can only do 15 minutes at a time. I showed my gear at the end of a pit run, only saved the last 15 minutes, and ended up cutting 2 seconds off at the beginning of my pit run. I got DQ'd, so I had to do my T151 all over again. Never succeeded, never got to fish for it. So technically I didn't get to submit it, or my T150, because again, same thing happened with editing. But anyways, doesn't matter. Still, it really irks me because I was in the top 20 in the world as a casual streaming dad, and I worked my butt off to get up there, and I got zero recognition from the community for doing it. And Elon Musk is a billionaire who's already famous, and all of a sudden he starts competing in it, and now everyone's just gassing him up and deriding on him, oh, Elon owns all these businesses, this and that, and he plays this game. He says he barely sleeps and he runs 8 businesses or whatever and works 18 hours a day, and somehow still has time to farm in a game that is as brutal as this. And again, I'm not throwing shade. I like Elon. I just wish he was a little bit more transparent. Same thing with my dude Rob. I've watched Rob for a long time, and I never had any problems with him. I mean, I knew obviously he was getting stuff given to him, and he would get carried with boss mats to farm Ubers. I mean, the guy's got 200 mythic uniques 6 weeks into the new season, so it's it ain't no mystery. You don't need Scoob and the gang to figure that out. But whatever. Because I like Rob, he's a good enough guy. But again, it comes off kind of disingenuous to be okay, well, this is the Gemling Legionnaire I'm playing that deletes the screen doing a million DPS or whatever it is, and it's not even your character. Now, whether or not he admitted that it wasn't his character, I don't know. I really don't care. Again, I don't care. But if you're paying real money for your items and competing, and then you're streaming and showing people what's possible, but you're presenting a false narrative that you're capable of doing this, anyone can do this, because you would need thousands of divine to get these builds. But when you have privilege like that, and I hate using the word privilege because that's like politically just tossed around all the time, that bothers me. But he does. He has streamer privilege. I mean, not that I don't. I mean, if you see my channel, I mean, we're popping over here. I'm sure people are just dropping stuff. They're probably logging onto my account for me and just running maps for me and doing all that, because I'm pretty popular. I don't know if you haven't subscribed already, you better do it, because the hype train's coming, and we're gonna jump up to like 1 million subscribers here any day now, I'm sure. But that's the stuff I don't like. You're getting handouts, you're getting carried, you're doing this, but you're showing it like you're blasting and doing all the content, when a week ago you couldn't even do the campaign. You couldn't even get through the tutorial. And now all of a sudden you're level 90 and have all this gear and all this currency, whatever, whatever, whatever. Again, just disingenuous. I don't like it. There's no room for it in the game. And I think it feeds into these people that are making the money off the game, and like the Illuminati of POE that decides what currency is valuable and what is trash, what builds are, going to be popular, or what items are what people are looking for bases. Like divines, I think I found more divines than I have found orbs of annulment. So orbs of annulment are more rare, but divines are worth 100x what they're worth. So like the currency thing, it just seems like somebody just came up with it and decided that this is what it's going to be. This is the currency we're using, and it's worth X amount of exalts, and vice versa. And there's always fluctuations, I'm sure. I've never played POE 1, but that's just what I can kind of gather from the couple hundred hours or few hundred hours I've played. Admittedly more than I probably should have over the holidays. But that's the type of thing that bothers me, is these people, they're at a statistical advantage because they just have everything give to them, and then they act as if like, okay, I'm this great player. And I'm not saying that I'm like the best player in the world, but I have help from a couple of my close friends that we play, and I'm doing a build that I think is pretty unique. I'm using a scepter on a warrior with blasphemy and enfeeble, temporal chains, flammability. I think what I'm doing is pretty unique, and I thought of everything myself. And of course some of my buddies helped me figure out the energy shield and what is needed for like your stun threshold and ailment threshold, and things that I didn't understand, like the basic fundamentals of POE, and like what support gems work good and what skills. And skill effect duration is one thing that I think was really overlooked, at least by myself. And I see people like Ulf really taking off with the Earthquake Hammer Warrior. That looks insane. Shout out to you, my guy. But we're running shouts, totems, Hammer of the Gods. We're running a little mix. And we're kind of like a support warrior. We give some energy shield to our allies. One of my scepters gives like damage, resistances, stuff like that. And we try to do what we can to at least stay alive in a battle enough to hold aggro and let the actual DPS people knock them down. But like, as you can see, I'm running T15s plus. I've done T16 irradiated, corrupted, instilled boss maps. Like, I found a unique map. I haven't ran it yet. I'm waiting for my dude Shank and my real life buddies. 440% increased experience on the map is pretty insane. I kind of want to take advantage of that. Well, that's enough rambling about my build. But I would like to see GGG really crack down on these people, because it's obvious what they're doing. Like, this stuff has been obvious since day one. The fact that it took this guy Quinn to figure it out, when I've been commenting on these videos for like almost a year now, talking about it, because as soon as Elon Musk started in with like the abattoir runs, which again, I was in like the top 90 or 80 in the world, having like a level 70 tears of blood glyph, when everyone else like got carried and grinded up to level 150 or 200 tears of blood or whatever it was. So I was pretty proud of that. I cleared a T150 before the Spirit Born and got the achievement. And like, I don't get any recognition, and that's fine. I don't do it, for the recognition. I just like to have fun and play the game. But it would be nice if people would come over, check out my channel, see what I'm doing's right. And again, I could probably be more consistent, but with work and kids and everything else, it gets kind of tough. And I can't stream yet. I could get YouTube Premium, but I want to earn it. I want to hit those 50 subscribers so I can stream. We're 6 away. Again, if you haven't subscribed, if you've made it this far into the video, it's a no-brainer. Obviously, you like what you see. And if you didn't make it this far, then, well, I guess we'll see you some other time. You'll catch us on the next video. But I'm just kind of rambling now. It's like a heated topic for me. I really dislike disingenuous people. I try to just speak what I believe to be the truth, regardless of what the outcome may be. And that's like Dr. Jordan Peterson said, that's like the most pure adventure you can have, the adventure of the truth. And it just sucks, because like I said, I like Rob, I like Elon, I wish them both the best. I really hope that this doesn't, well, I'm sure Elon will be fine, but I hope this doesn't tarnish Rob too much, because he's a good guy. Just maybe tone back on the RMT and taking the handouts, maybe earn it a little bit. But that's all I got for this video. We'll see you guys on the next one. Stay blessed. You are enough, and as always, stay mouthy.